Hi everybody, Jeffrey Geniak here, and I want to thank you for participating, getting involved with the Life Response Frequencies annual sale. Every year we do this sale, and in the last week what I do is I create a couple of videos that are what I call value first videos that are just really about giving you tools and some techniques that you can use to help get to higher ground, to help improve the quality of your life. Now every year I focus on a particular theme. This year it's about prosperity. So this video and the next couple of videos that are going to follow are all about me giving you techniques, understandings, insights that can really help clear your prosperity flow and then kick it up a notch, right? So whether you decide to get involved with life response frequencies or not, right? Whether the timing is right for you or it's not, it's really up to you. These videos though, regardless, are my gift to you. This training is for you. So the purpose is for you to take this and to use it and help yourself get to higher ground. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to teach you in this series of videos is something called clearing overrides. And this is something that's very important to prosperity. It's something that my good friend and my mentor, Elizabeth Butler, taught me years ago, just before I was about to do this really big launch for my business. And Elizabeth, by the way, is when I talked about life response frequencies, is the energetic path to it had come through 2 generations of spiritual healers. Elizabeth is one of these, is one of the generations, right? And I'm so happy that I can now call her a friend. And so I want to pass on to you the technique that she taught me to help clear what's called overrides, right? And virtually all overrides are negative overrides. And so let's first talk about what an override is. An override is an energetic phenomenon that comes from another person, entity, or thing, but we'll stay focused on a person that is coming, that shoots out from them, that attempts to override your free will, your blueprint for success, your life's mission, and what you ought to be doing in your life. So if you've been in, and this is especially common when people are in toxic relationships or are getting out of toxic relationships, or sometimes even big fights amongst people we deeply care about can create these overrides, right? People don't do them consciously. I mean, most people don't do them consciously. I suppose maybe it happens from time to time, but these energetic overrides that attempt to influence you, that muddy the waters for your own energy, that get in the way of your own prosperity flow, are largely created from an emotional state, and it's coming from the subconscious, unconscious area. But it is a real thing. It is a real energetic thing. I've seen this affect people's health. I've seen it cause chronic back pain in people because of the way these energetic cords get attached and things of these natures. And like I said, people don't do this on purpose. We don't do this to each other on purpose, but it happens. Sometimes big fights, strong emotions, bad relationships, all of these things can create that. So it's really important that when you are focusing on your prosperity, and your health and your peace, anything, that you really help clear these energetic overrides that may be on you, maybe from relationships you've had since you were a kid. Even if you haven't seen people in 10, 20 years, that override can potentially still exist and be still getting in the way, muddying the waters for your own prosperity flow and abundance. So I was getting out of several very, very toxic relationships, ones that were just sucking the energy out of me, and they were overriding me all the time energetically because they wanted to grab some of my energy. They wanted to influence what I did with my business. They wanted to take some of the stuff that I had developed, that I worked so hard for themselves. They didn't do this consciously, but it was this internal jealousy and things that were coming off them that was really trying to take all this stuff from me. And it was really affecting my own blueprint for success. It was affecting the energy I could give to you and to other people and my ability to share. So it became really important for us to clear all these overrides. And so Elizabeth, my mentor, who, again, you can read about her on the Life Response Frequencies page. She's one of the spiritual healers that is now a dear friend. She taught me this technique, and I'm going to teach it to you. And the words are very simple. And she said, this is all that's required. So the energy is shifted so much on earth and all of this, and we are starting to grow and evolve as people, that what we had to work much harder to do in the past, now a lot of this stuff, all we have to do is just ask, right? So who are we asking? We're asking ourselves. We're asking our guide group, our angels. We're asking the universe. We're asking God. This is not to be a spiritual or church lesson here, folks. So whatever your representation is of God, angels, guide group, the universe, whatever you want to use, that's okay, and this will still work, okay? But this is who you're asking, right? So you kind of choose, right? But we're asking the higher power that's based totally in love and in support. This is who we're asking. So all we got to do to get this to work is ask that the overrides be completely deleted and dissolved. So this is what you do. This is the words that she taught me how to use. She said, Jeff, what I want you to do is I want you to ask that all overrides that are on you be completely deleted and dissolved, and the spaces be filled with your God light. Okay, so in other words, if you were going to do this, and I hope you do it, you say, I ask all overrides that are on me be 100% dissolved, and the spaces be filled with my God light. Now, what this does is it takes away the energetic override and it leaves a little bit of space, but you're asking that to be filled with your God light so that energetic override can't come back. Now, when Elizabeth first taught me to do this, she said, Jeff, you got to do this about every hour on the hour for the first week. And I kid you not, right? And so I did it. And I was getting out of a relationship where a lot of people were trying to control me energetically. They were really trying to take stuff away from me. They were really trying to influence my own blueprint for success. And it was muddying the waters. It was muddying the energy. It was muddying my receptive channels, my non-receptive channels. Maybe we'll go into that, what those are a little bit later. But when sometimes you start to take these away and they're starting to break away from old relationships, or especially if it's something fresh, once they break off, they may try to come back, right? They may try to come back. And so you just keep doing it, and you keep filling all the spaces with your God light, right? And then they just can't, eventually the energetic overrides can't come back. They won't even try to come back. And so that's why, and just the sheer number of the people that I had on me, Elizabeth said, do this every hour on the hour for a week. Now, do you need to do that? I don't know. I mean, you can choose to do that for about a week, or you can maybe just do it, make it a habit to do it, maybe, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, once before you go to bed, and make it part of your regular routine. I gotta tell you, I do this as part of my regular routine all the time. I mean, this is something that's now, I don't do it every hour on the hour. I only did that for the first week, right? Just to make sure I could clear out all that stuff that had come from other people for years and years and years. And so you may want to do that, right? You may want to just hit it really hard, so to speak, to clear all the overrides that you can. Now, let me add a couple things here. Is that, when I first started doing this, I wasn't, the only thing I did is I just sort of sat and I got quiet and I did it. Lately, I've been taking Qigong, which is sort of an ancient Chinese energy practice. I've been taking classes for 3 months. I've been doing it for almost 4 months. And so one of the things that I've added to this practice for myself that I do every day, just as a maintenance I do every day, is that I do this sort of little grounding practice. And I, either in a chair or standing up, I get as straight, right, and grounded and just sort of aligned to the earth. And I imagine myself grounding with the earth. And then I say those words. I ask that all overrides that are on me be 100% deleted. You can use different words. It can be dissolved, uncreated, deleted. You can play with the language, but essentially you're just asking that they be deleted, and I fill that space with my God light, and you always say, thank you, thank you, thank you. So whenever you ask something, you want to say thank you at the end. I say, Elizabeth taught me to do it 3 times, and so I'm going to teach you the same way. There's one more piece to this, and then I'll let you go and you can play with it, is you want to also delete any overrides that you have on other people. Right? So like I said, these overrides are created subconsciously, right? And I know that, like, for instance, even if my wife and I got into a really big fight, or, if parents and children get into big fights, and I think it's almost natural for parents to create overrides to want to protect their kids, right? But it's still not a good idea, right? And so what you do, and you want to make sure that your energy is really clean. So after you ask that all the overrides that are on you be cleared, what I want you to do is I want you to ask that any overrides that you have on other people be dissolved 100% completely, and then ask the space be filled with the highest vibrations of love and light. And so it's a little bit different, right? The language is different. Okay, is that when you're asking overrides that are on you to be deleted, you want to fill that space with your God light, your vibration. When you are asking for overrides that you have on other people to be deleted, you want to ask that those spaces be filled with the highest vibrations of love and light. Okay, and if you think about it, there's a reason for that. You don't want to put your God light in the space of an override in somebody else's. I mean, you just want to ask that it be filled with the highest vibrations of love and light, and so that completes the circle, right? You ask that overrides be deleted from you. You ask any overrides that you have on other people be deleted, and your energy will start to clear and renew, and a lot of that energetic mud that may have been getting in the way of your own prosperity, flow, and abundance will start to dissipate, and you can choose to do it a lot in the first week. That's what Elizabeth taught me to do, just to get it all cleared out, and then maybe move to a maintenance program. But it's a wonderful technique to get you started, clearing some of your own energy that can really help with your prosperity. It did with mine, and I've seen it do a lot of good for a lot of people. Okay, so give it a shot. Soon I'm going to have another video that I'm going to send out to you, and I'm going to be talking about something that is really important to me. I did a webinar, and all these people came in. I asked these questions: what's one of your biggest challenges? And a lot of people talked about the challenges they were having in prosperity, and it broke my heart in a lot of ways. And I did some digging, and I found out that some of these big problems that were being created is what people believed after subscribing to the law of attraction. And so there's a lot of great things about the law of attraction, a lot of great things that are taught about manifestation and how to do it. But there's one particular lie that has been propagated over the years that we didn't see 30, 40 years ago, but is started to show up in the last 15 to 20 years, mainly the last 15 years. And if people buy into this particular type of lie, it can be incredibly damaging. So I'm going to talk about that in the next video. And again, very important, very cutting edge stuff. So thanks for your time here today, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye for now.